Hi everybody, this is part two of a video I just recorded. I have a time limit of 15 minutes, so I had to do the video on my other phone. So I'll continue where I left off. He wasn't happy to be brought in the office for punishment, and the others were sorry to have their fun spoiled. Why do we encourage violence? The students who had been in the group and had the misfortune to be in one of my afternoon classes got the lecture. Those who encourage violence are equally responsible. May we learn from Elijah. And that is true because when we don't violence is a very serious topic, but when we don't speak out or speak up against it, and we don't say anything, we're just as responsible as the people who commit the acts. Let's say, for example, you witness somebody getting beat up or abused, and you don't say nothing. You don't say anything because you're like, it's not my business. However, if something seriously wrong goes down to that person, like they die or something, God forbid they die, but they die or end up in a coma, or they die, you're now an accessory to their murder because you didn't say anything. But you watched it go down because it wasn't your business, so you didn't feel the need to go against it or stand up and say anything. But you sat there and did nothing, which means you did something. You allowed it, and not saying it's you. Yeah, it's not all your fault, but you're as responsible as the person who committed the crime because you didn't say anything. You didn't call the police. You didn't do anything. You didn't try to at least say, hey, that's not right, or anything at all. You just allowed this to continue. And if you allow negative things to continue and play out, it can have a bad outcome, a bad effect on a lot of people. And especially you included, it could ruin a lot of lives. And that's why it's important to speak up against it, say some things. It's important to do the right thing in general, but it's important to speak up when you know that if it was you or a family member or your child, God forbid, you would want somebody to speak up for them. You would want somebody to help them out. And so I always try to put myself like I always try to put my future kids or something like in this or if it's them in a situation, I know I wouldn't want that to happen to them. And so or like a family member I see as, or if that was my family member or my child, I would want to help them, or I want somebody to help them as if I need help some as I would help somebody, because if you don't say nothing, you are a part of the problem. You aren't the problem, but you're a part of the problem. You're just equally responsible. Because as citizens, as people, if we witness it and we don't say anything and they die, now we're accessories to murder. We can go to jail. So it's important to speak up. So the prayer. Loving God, you want all of your children to live in peace. Help us to be peacemakers and not warm goners. Amen. Bless God. Amen. Bless God. So that right there, that was just a little early morning, afternoon word verse of the day for morning and afternoon for today. And with that, for this video, I also wanted to read the Bible and read, because I am reading Numbers. I was on Leviticus and now I'm reading Numbers. And I want to read a little bit with you all. So I'm on chapter 2. And, well, I'll start over. Numbers chapter 1, the census. The Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting in the desert of Sinai on the first day of the second month of the second year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. He said, take a census of the whole Israelite community by their clans and families, listing every man by name, one by one. You and Aaron are to count according to their divisions all the men in Israel who are 20 years old or more and able to serve in the army. One man from each tribe, each of them, one man from each tribe, each of them, the head of his family, is to help you. These are the names of the men who are to assist you. From Reuben, Elizar, son of Shedi- Shediar. From Simeon, Shelumiel, son of Zuri, Shadi. Please forgive me. Some of the names are a little harder for me to pronounce. From Issachar, Nathaniel, son of Zerah. From Zebulun, Elab, son of Helium. From the sons of Joseph. From Ephraim, Elijah, son of Ahmad. From Mazaniah, Gamaliel, son of Pedazar. From Benjamin, Adian, son of Gideon. From Dan, Aziar, son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Pagel, son of Ochran. From Gad, Elisaphat, son of Duel. From Naphtali, Ariah, son of Enan. These were the men appointed from the community, the leaders of their ancestral tribes. They were the heads of the clans of Israel. Moses and Aaron took these men whose names had been specified, and they called the whole community together on the first day of the second month. The people registered their ancestry by their clans and families, and the men 20 years old or more were listed by name, one by one, as the Lord commanded Moses, and so as the Lord commanded Moses. And so he counted them in the desert of Sinai. From the descendants of Reuben, the firstborn son of Israel, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, one by one, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. From the descendants of Simeon, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were counted and listed by name, one by one, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Simeon was 59,300. From the descendants of Gad, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Gad was 45,650. From the descendants of Judah, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Judah was 74,600. From the descendants of Issachar, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Issachar was 54,400. From the descendants of Zebulun, Zebulun, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name. According to the records of their clans and families, the number from the tribe of Zebulun was 57,400. From the sons of Joseph, the descendants of Ephraim, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name. According to the records of their clan and families, the number from the tribe of Ephraim was 40,500. From the descendants of Messaniah, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name. According to the records of their clans and families, the number from the tribe of Messaniah was 32,200. From the descendants of Benjamin, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Benjamin was 35,400. From the descendants of Dan, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name. According to the records of their clans and families, the number from the tribe of Dan was 62,700. From the descendants of Asher, all men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Asher was 41,500. From the descendants of Naphtali, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Naphtali was 53,400. These were the men continued by Moses and Aaron and the 12 leaders of Israel, each one representing his family. All the Israelites 20 years old or more were counted who were able to serve in Israel's army were counted. According to their families, the total number was 603,550. The ancestral tribe of the Levites, however, was not counted along with the others. The Lord has said to Moses, "You must not count the tribe of Levi, or include them in the census of the other Israelites. Instead, appoint the Levites to be in charge of the tabernacle of the covenant law, over all its furnishing and everything belonging to it. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings. They are to take care of it and encamp around it. Whenever the tabernacle is to move, the Levites are to take it down. And whenever the tabernacle is to be set up, the Levites shall do it. Anyone else who approaches it is to be put to death. The Israelites are to set up their tents by divisions, each of them in their own camp, under their standard. The Levites, however, are to set up their tents around the tabernacle of the covenant law, so that my wrath will not fall on the Israelite community. The Levites are to be responsible for the care of the tabernacle of the covenant law. The Israelites did all this just as the Lord commanded Moses." Okay, and that was chapter 1 of Numbers. And tomorrow I will read with you all chapter 2 of Numbers. And I just want to leave you with this message. You can do anything you put your mind to. And I strongly believe you will make it through anything and everything. And I want to leave you with a quick little prayer. Father in heaven, thank you for the day. Thank you for life, help, and strength. I pray that whomever is watching this may I pray that this message touch their heart, or they got a little something out of this, and that it can help them to grow and to become better within themselves and to do better and to become more that they know they can be, because they can be so much more if they put their mind to it and they do it. And I pray that they get the strength and the courage to either take that opportunity or walk away from something that's not good for them, and that they won't feel alone in that, and that they'll know that you're walking with them, and they can turn to you in a time of goodness and the bad and whatever, and they'll put their pain and they'll come to you and they'll talk to you because you are our Father, and help them to see that they can make it, and they just gotta give it their all and believe that they can. I hope walk with faith, and they will make it. And I pray that whoever here that they're fighting any depression, any mental disorders, anything, just internally or physically, any physical injuries, any relations that are split or anything that they're going through, I pray that they can get over it and know that it's just a curve and that they'll make it. It's just a little bump in the road, but they can do this. They got to put their mind to it and take control of their life. And I pray for the individual behind the screen watching this, and I pray that they succeed and know that they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them. I want to say, I hope you have a blessed one, and goodbye.